Okay, so I back for round two. So all I did, I didn't do anything fancy. I just lowered the action, lowered the strings or released the tension on the strings big time so you don't hurt your hardware. And then I lowered the action down to about where I want it. It could probably go a little bit lower, but I think I'm good for right now. I don't want to risk any buzzing at the top by bringing it down too much. And right now I'm not getting any, so I think I'm good where I'm at. And then I checked my intonation and it was very slightly off. So I backed with the Allen wrench they give you. I backed it off a little bit and got it right, almost dead on. I mean, pretty close. So a lot of times when you see people play these in a review, you know, they play a cheaper guitar through a $800 pedal and a $2,000 amp, and I can tell you that a lot of pretty much almost anything, if it can stay in tune, will sound good through that. But I'm going through a little practice guitar amp because I just want to see how it sustains and how it holds on the lowest end of the low as far as amps goes. No pedals, no effects. So we're gonna just do a couple of tests here. This is first. I have the volume all the way up. Let me see, I have a lot more volume on this. Let me bring up some volume on the amp to kind of push it a little bit. Get it where I want it. It's a very, low output practice amp, so it's not about volume, but so that's the neck pickup with the tone all the way rolled up. I'm sorry. We're gonna roll that back about midway. That's already getting me some pretty crunchy, nice little bitey pickups. Not bad at all. I mean, I can tell you that the action on this feels really good for this kind of guitar. I mean, is it a $3,000 quality Gibson Les Paul? No, but I played $400, $500, $600 guitars that feel like this, and so far we're gonna check the sound and see the hardware. Everything feels good. The knobs feel good. The toggle switch feels, nice and solid. Nothing feels jingy. I'm really liking that neck pickup, man. That sounds really good. Let's roll back some more. A lot brighter. It gets kind of beefy. Now I'm banging on kind of hard. I'm heavy-handed. I'm not trying to show off any skill here. I'm just trying to show you what it can do. But let's see how the tuning's held up. These strings, I get other reviews have said they're horrible. I can tell you they're not great, but they're not really horrible. You stretch them out a little bit and play with them. I played with worse. If you're a gigging musician and you don't think you're the next Steve Vai, you've probably played worse and not told anybody about it. A lot of times it's hard to change your string. Okay, a hair out on the E. Yeah, everything's just a baby touch. And these are new strings that need stretched out D's in. So I'm bending and hitting on pretty hard, and it stayed in tune pretty good. I mean, I'm sure that with a day of acclimation to the climate in the room and having the strings stretched and pulled, it'll probably be set. Wow. Nice sustain. I mean, it's holding notes. So that's the neck pickup with the different tone levels. Now I'm going to go mid, and when you go to the mid switch, that's going to activate. Actually, let's skip that. We'll do that last. I'm going to go down to the bridge pickup only. I'm going to flip the switch all the way down, and we're going to roll the tone all the way to 0. Volume level should be where it's at, okay? Much more muted, not near the volume, a little twangy. I don't know too many people that play with that tone setting. This gives you some depth examples. Okay, let's go to midway. Much more twangy. That gives you that kind of country feel. Let's check our tuning again because yeah, we're getting on it. Only the B was a little bit out. Yep, everything else was good. Okay. Well, for a punk band or a rockabilly band, this guitar would be epic because you're talking, you know, ballpark $100, $130 to I've seen it for $99. It's, you know, rounded off in the middle, $115, $120, somewhere around there, depending on what's on sale that week. But to get a solid, you know, and I heard it was really light. It's not really light. It's light, but it's not toy light. It feels really good in your hands. Hard to beat, guys, for the price. I mean, I know I stopped midway on that one, but man, I'm thinking, especially for a young guy who wants to start a kind of band, I'm telling you, like, it's got a good retro look. It feels good in the hands. The tuning pegs, the things I've been hearing are replace the bridge, replace the tuning pegs, replace the strings, upgrade the pickups. These are all things if you want to mod your guitar. And if you do that, you're getting into the same money you would have if you went out and bought a $600, $500 guitar. But tuning pegs aren't bad. Again, I played with worse. Are they top notch? No. I got a Takamine that has fantastic tuning pegs on it. It's not that level. Is it close though? Close enough. Not bad for what you're paying. They're not going out of tune. They don't feel jinky. They don't feel loose. They got a nice bite to them. I think this is something they've improved in the last year. I've been hearing the quality has gone up over the last year because they've sold so many. They can, you know, and they fine-tune the process over the last, I think, 3 or 4 years they've been in production. But these tuning pegs are fine. Yeah, they could be upgraded. They're fine. The pickups, yeah, they could be replaced with some expensive ones, but I'm telling you, they have their own distinct sound that I don't think I want to mess with it. We'll see as I go. I do a lot of bluesy solo stuff with the act I'm in, so maybe. But right now, I'll leave that up. In the bridge, you know, we'll see. It is a cheaper soft metal bridge. I don't know how gig worthy long term, but then again, you know, you can do these kind of repairs or replacements for hardly anything. It doesn't cost a lot. It doesn't take it. You can read up on it and watch how to do it, or you can take it to somebody to do it. It's not that hard. So yeah, you don't really have to put the money into it if you don't want to. If you want to, yeah, you got the base body to do that because the neck is great. I'm telling you, this neck, there's no sprouting at all. They took the time to file these frets and smooth them and round them out. Now they feel, when I first started playing it, the fretboard felt a little chalky, and I'm not sure if that was the fretboard because I press a little heavy, or could it be the frets? So I oiled the fretboard, which you should always do when you get a new guitar, especially when it looked a little chalky, a little bit dry from sitting probably in stores. So, you know, that's something you should do anyway. Just make sure you get the right kind of oil for the fretboard you have. But now it doesn't feel that way at all. I think that's all I needed was a little bit of oil. As I'm bending these notes, you're not hearing grabbing, you're not hearing chalky. I don't feel it either. That's the key, because feel's everything. I do want to say I'll probably graphite this nut a little bit to stop any grabbing up in here. Very, very subtle, but that's something you should do again with any guitar. But that, I'm telling you. Okay, so let's find out where we're at here. Back that off, or take it up all the way. Yeah, a little gritty still. You need worked in a little bit on certain spots. I noticed that most of the frets are really perfect, and a couple just need worked and need played. Or you could always take the strings off and run very fine steel wool over that, or just play it. And that's the best way to get that kind of chalkiness out. Just play it, but not bad. Okay, so now let's roll the volume or the tone back again. And we're gonna go middle, and middle is usually where I like to be. You get a little bit of both worlds tonnage. You get the beefy, you get the twangy combined. It activates both pickups. So you're probably gonna get a little bit more boost, which is great for when you're soloing. Now, when I had the tone roll back, you probably won't hear so much, but when I adjust that tone up, you're probably gonna hear the volume swell. So that's your warmest tone you're gonna get. Like most people, that's a little much. So I like to go, you know, probably right midway, 4 or 5, somewhere in there. Okay, let's check our tuning. I'm banging on it. Let's see. I knew there was one out D. They haven't been stretched. They've been sitting in a shipping box for God knows how long. One string that was slightly out. So I'm sure with some stretching, some playing, that they would probably stay in. And like I said, they're not that bad. Now I bought new strings to put on it because I thought they were going to be total junk. They're okay. So the strings I have will be my replacement strings when it's time. And they are nicer strings, but I'm going to milk these out. I'm a budget kind of guy. Okay. So that now we're at the halfway part. Let's hear the solo work. I'll tell you, it's fun. It's a fun guitar to play because you don't feel like, you know, sometimes you want to get a little aggressive on your bends and stuff. And I tell you, you can do that on this guitar. And it's not hurting it. And it feels really nice. It definitely feels like they put some quality in this. The joints look good. I don't see any gaps. I had heard that was something to look for. I don't see any gaps in these joints where the neck goes in. It's a bolt-on neck, okay? Got the old Epiphone tagger on the back there. Got your Les Paul signature up top. So, I mean, a lot of times you can get, there's some good guitars out there, Firefly, Grote, Glary, that are in the same price range or close to. And I think quality-wise, they're probably right around the same. Very, very similar. I played one at the Guitar Center, Firefly. I thought it was nice, but it wasn't nicer. It was about the same. The price was about the same. And I don't know, I like having an Epiphone Les Paul label on there for about the same. If everything's equal, give me a brand that people kind of know. But I'm not a brand all guy, but that is nice to have. I'll tell you, this definitely ain't no toy, guys. This is a gigging guitar. I mean, with a little bit of work, it can be a solidly gigging guitar. I'm gonna have to put a few things that I want to tweak it, but not much. Let's take that tone all the way up. Esteban practice amp, just to let you know, the cheapest of the cheap. So when I put this through a really good amp with maybe an effects pedal or a boost pedal, yeah. This amp doesn't do much for gain, but we're gonna give it a little bit of gain. Let's get some of that tuned down. Pickups are kind of crunchy. They're not bad at all. Yeah, I'm liking them. I gotta say, I'm liking them. Before I go in that little tune here. rock, rockabilly stuff. Yeah, right there, screaming. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I just wanted to show you. This is a really good buy. I'm happy with it. When I start putting it through the things I want to, it's a monster. It's a monster. So, yeah, this is the Epiphone Les Paul SL. You're looking in the $120 range-ish, 130 maybe. Boy, very little tweaking that I have to do. And if you don't know what you're doing, look it up on how to get one. You don't want to mess up your hardware by doing it the wrong way. Main thing is loosening these strings before you do anything down here, like really jangy loose. I had no tension on these. I just loosened them all the way down. Then I adjusted, so I didn't strip anything out. I've seen videos of people saying, "Oh, the software's or the hardware's so soft, my screwdriver tore it up." Yeah, they did it under tension. You don't ever do that, okay? So the tension was all down to 0. I adjusted, not a mark on them. It held up great, and now it's in tune. The intonation's great. The action's where I want it. I recommend, and when you come out to see the Soul Daddies with me and Eric, you'll get to hear this baby on a few blues songs. I promise I'm bringing it out. All right, from Jimmy Lee from Soul Daddies. Peace out.